Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Mystic Destinies. I got confused because I was doing stuff for Amnesia Memory. Like, did I say Amnesia Memories the last time? I'm pretty sure I said Mystic Destinies. I don't even remember. I'm losing my goddamn mind. I'm pretty sure I'm calling Takumi Tetsuya and Tetsuya Takumi and Mystic Destinies Amnesia, and I don't even know what's wrong with me right now. Like, I've been sick, but like, of course, obviously now it's like a week later. I said this in videos that I posted last week, but that's because I'm trying to like prepare knowing that like Christmas is coming like a month and like, hey, we're going to get to a point where I have to record like almost 3 weeks worth of stuff because my normal record times, especially like for sim stuff, is like on Saturday, and I'm like, so I'm trying to like record everything as much as possible in advance because that I've been extremely behind in recording, and then I kind of got ahead, and then I had a family medical stuff that I had to go to around Thanksgiving, and it was perfect timing because it was Thanksgiving, so I had 2 days off, but I wasn't planning to be away for Thanksgiving, and then I was away for a week, so I didn't have my computer, I couldn't do recording because family's more important. Sorry, guys. But so I was like, well, like, good. I have all my videos recorded and I made sure I got everything up. But then it's like, I came back and I'm like, well, shit, I don't have anything. I had to record everything for last week. Well, normally I do it on Saturdays. Luckily, I got home early enough on Saturday to get it all in anyway. But I had already had 2 things recorded because I screwed up one of my Sims games. I posted the wrong video because I was trying so hard to get everything done in advance from the week before that I totally like saved it to the wrong folder. So I posted the wrong video. I posted the prior week's video instead of the new one because it's a long convoluted story. But anyway, and then I came back from vacation like sick. So like I don't feel that bad now, but I swear to God it's making my brain screwed up because I don't know what the hell is going on. And it's probably because I recorded like 10 different things today just on a Sunday laying on my couch just trying to get recordings done so that during the week I can record as much because I'm literally planning out in order to get like say this week's stuff done, you know, to you guys I'm talking about like this week, like the day this is up, like this is going up what, like the beginning of December, so like what is it, like the 8th, I think? Yeah. I'm literally planning out like, okay, if I can record everything through January 8th through that week. So like I'm literally trying to record everything for the next month like as soon as possible. But I'm still not even a week ahead. And I used to be like 2 weeks ahead. Like people would be commenting in videos. I'm like, yeah, I've recorded 3 weeks in advance. Like it's not that hard when you do a video like when it's every other day because you only record 3 to 4 episodes a week. So if you sit down for a couple hours and you just record a bunch, you're like, well, I just got 2 weeks worth of stuff done. But with this, I mean, we're getting this all, this is every single day, hoping that Takumi's route comes out. Or hopefully it's out by now. Like, you know what I mean? And I can actually be recording because it is supposed to be next week that I want to start posting it because that's when I have space. So hopefully it's out by now. Obviously it's not at the time of recording this. But anyway, that's just a bunch of rambling for like 3 minutes. So let's jump into Shinji's mystic end because we got the passionate end. So, ooh. So actually, so far, our original walkthroughs with Show, we got the passionate end. And with Tetsuya, we got the mystic end. So that's really cool that we've gotten the passionate end for Shinji and for Sho. But like for Tetsuya, it doesn't matter what the hell we did, we got the mystic end. I mean, they're all still good endings. It's not like, oh, the passionate end is the good one and the mystic end is nice and then the dark end is bad. It's like that's not how it works. But as we've seen in the last one that I literally just recorded before this, so that's why I need to play Shinji's part now because I'm just traumatized as to what happened in the last episode. It's gonna get worse because we have 3 bad endings for Shinji and I have a feeling they're all terrible. Anyway, mystic end! Who's getting married? Is it Lachlan and Mickey? The wedding of the millennia, or so I was told by some attending guests. I stand by the railings and look out to sea. Unless we're marrying Shinji, that'd be awesome. It's pretty quiet out here on the terrace, away from all the overly loud and overexcited guests. I still can't believe that Mickey and Lachlan actually got married. Okay, so it was them. I mumble my thoughts out loud. Or that he'd actually become the High King. I nearly jump out of my skin at Shinji's sudden arrival. I turn around with a huff. Shinji? Sneaking up on people is rude, you know? I love Sho, don't get me wrong, he's so sweet and innocent. I love Tetsuya because he's like a little robot. Shinji is still my goddamn favorite. I don't know why he's so fucking pretty. He's my pretty one. I'll probably love to, and I'm gonna love Takumi too. Not gonna lie. Hikaru's gonna be weird because we barely see him, so... I mean, he's good looking, don't get me wrong. He's the older man. Inappropriate, but... Shinji I don't know why he's my favorite. It's probably the frickin' purple hair, but anyway. Oh, is it? I was completely unaware of such a fact. I stare at him as deadpan as I can manage, but he doesn't budge. I sigh, knowing a losing battle when I see one. Well, anyway, it's still so strange to be back here. I'm surprised that they held the wedding here. I don't know why I couldn't read that, and I literally had to read it in my head like 4 times. I'm so dumb right now. That one was kind of out of their hands. Apparently it's some ancient tradition or some sort, especially with how the last queen was deposed. As it turns out, I kind of own the whole thing. Right of conquest or some nonsense. And since they're my parents, he shrugs. My personal attendant explained it all to me. But honestly, I didn't want to hear it, so I just zoned out. I see that... Wait, hold up. Your personal what? Personal attendant? The way Shinji says the title, he makes it sound like it's the most heinous thing in the world. Wow, that's... I can't stop laughing long enough to say anything more. Keep laughing and I'll assign you a whole entourage of personal assistants. Ones with very specific instructions to never leave you alone. That stops all laughter immediately. No, you wouldn't dare. Wouldn't I? No, you would. That's exactly the kind of thing you would do. What a sadistic little bastard. I love him. Fine, I won't laugh. Great. Now that that's all settled, we can go talk to the bridge. Oh, the bride. I've heard bridge. Oh my god, Spacey. It's not like it's like really late. I don't understand why I can't read right now. Now that that's all settled, we can go talk to the bride and groom. Mom said they'd be waiting for us. Since I have no idea where the two might be, I follow after Shinji. Somehow, completely avoiding all the guests, we leave to find Mickey and Lachlan. As it turns out, they're hiding away in one of the bedrooms. Mickey and Lachlan greet us with smiles as we enter. Come on, they couldn't have put on, like, wedding clothes? I mean, Jesus. Wedding clothes! It's a wedding! We're wearing our fancy gear. Where's her fancy gear? She deserves a pretty dress. I mean, her dress is fine, but it's gray. I mean, come on. He looks pretty anyway. While I am pleased to see the happy couple, I can't hide my surprise at seeing Cillian with them. He wordlessly nods at us as a greeting and quietly stands up from his seat. He motions for me to take it. Oh, thank you. Flustered and not knowing what else to do, I simply take him up on it and sit down. Cillian gives Shinji a slight bow and goes to stand by the wall. Is he alright? Shinji sits on the armrest of my armchair. So the wedding was really lovely. I never thought I'd get to attend a magical wedding of any sort. Mickey chuckles. The wedding might have been magical, but sadly it takes as much, if not more, planning than human ones. You could have just let someone else plan it. That would have been much less work. No, impossible. I saw what they wanted to put me in. There was no way I was going to wear some bright orange chartreuse monstrosity. Chartreuse is green, so bright orange chartreuse monstrosity. Okay. Doesn't make sense. Mickey suddenly reaches out and grabs my hand. Do not allow any of them to plan your wedding. Not unless you really like strange color and food choices. And she shudders. And the mermaid choir. Mermaid choir? She nods vigorously. Don't believe any of the stories. Mostly they're awful singers. When I heard the choir for the first time, they sounded like a flock of screeching seagulls. No one told me about the mermaid choir. All of a sudden, I'm very thankful you took over the planning. I'm kind of curious about the choir, but it's probably for the best they weren't here after all. Thank you, Mickey, for saving us all from having bleeding ears. You're all very welcome. Inara, how do you like my little prank, by the way? Prank? Yes, I decided that it would be quite funny to have the wedding on April Fools. Although no one here knows enough about the human realm to understand the joke. But I thought I might as well amuse myself with it. Lachlan laughs. His eyes sparkle joyfully when he looks at Mickey. You are so cute, my love. Oh my god, they're gonna make me vomit. I love it. Me? Cute? I think you got it backwards, dearest. You're the cute one here. Like, Shinji is like, I'm gonna fucking puke. I hold back a laugh. She's right. He's definitely is cute. I glance at Shinji, who looks back at me with a curious expression. Like father, like son, I guess. He's blushing. But enough of that now. She glances at Cillian. Cillian, why don't you come join us? I know there aren't enough seats, but... Cillian does a little bow. Thank you for the kind offer, your highness, but I'm fine here. Just come here, idiot. In a blink of an eye, Lachlan jumps to his feet and marches right over to Cillian. He grabs Cillian and drags him back to us, forcing him into the seat that Lachlan had previously occupied. Then Lachlan takes a seat on Mickey's armrest. Since you are not giving me a choice. Happy enough with the answer, Lachlan pats Cillian on the shoulder with a content smile. We spend the rest of the day like this, together as a sort of family. And Cillian, being weirded out and like, poor sad thing. His girlfriend was a bitch. She was using him. I feel bad for him. I feel so welcomed by them that when I catch myself thinking of them as family, I realize that it's something I want to be. The end. Time flies by so quick that I only notice it's become dark when Cillian suddenly stands up. It's getting very late. I should go now. Before anyone can stop him, Cillian bows and quickly bolts out of the room. Lachlan stares at the door with a smile, then just quietly shakes his head. We should probably go now too. Give you two some privacy. Oh yeah, today would be their first night together as husband and wife. Yes, I agree. We'll get going now. Thank you for having us. I quickly get up, grab Shinji's hand, and much like Cillian did, bolt out of there as quickly as possible. Not wanting to go home just yet, we found ourselves back in the throne room together. The sound of our footsteps echo in the quiet, empty room. With our hands entwined, Shinji wordlessly leads me toward the throne. As soon as we reach it, Shinji plops himself down on the floor and leans against the throne. Why not just sit on the throne? Afraid that as soon as your ass touches the throne, a crown will appear on your head or something? With how Fey magic is, you never know. I think that's a pretty valid concern. Who knows what kind of weird curse is on that thing? Now come on, sit with me. Shinji grabs my arm and pulls me down into his lap. Aww. What? That's better. The gentle look in his eyes, the way he smiles at me, I can't stop myself from staring at him. Too smitten? Well, since you've mentioned it, I think I should confess the truth. Yes, so very smitten. Shinji looks at me with that kind of smile of his. For the first time, there's just that, the gentle look of his eyes and nothing else. No laughing, no playing it off, no trying to throw me off with jokes. Just him and me. We simply stare at each other in silence. No words are needed to express our feelings. Look, he's so fucking pretty! I never said this before, but I'm so happy you didn't give up on me. I didn't want to let anyone in, but you just decided that you wouldn't do it and barged your way into my heart. What can I say? I just figured you'd be hopeless alone, or something like that. He quietly chuckles. There's something I want to show you. I haven't tried it with anyone else before because it's complicated and draining to do. But I want to try it with you. Well, we know what it's not because we've already done that a million times. What? Is it dangerous? No, not exactly. Just exhausting on my part. Are you sure you want to then? Yes. 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 Shinji closes his eyes without further comment, but that doesn't stop me from feeling worried. Shinji, if it's too exhausting, you don't have to do it. Whatever it is. He doesn't say anything. I can't tell if he's concentrating too hard or just ignoring me. Shinji, hey, you... Tiny floating lights appear around us. My god, that's fucking gorgeous. Our surroundings suddenly appear much brighter. The world looks so much more vibrant than I've ever seen before. Shinji, what is all this? Are you creating these? Is this an illusion? What's going on? The questions fall out of my mouth one by one. There's so much more I want to ask, but I don't know where to begin. Just shut up and enjoy it and tell him how beautiful it is. His lips quirk up gently. This is how I see the world. How I see everything. His voice is barely above a whisper as he speaks. I wanted you to see it too, even if only for a little bit. Oh my god. Can you imagine? You're like, everything is magical. That must get exhausting to see, though. I don't know what to say to that. With his eyes closed, he can't see me stare at him, so I take the opportunity to take in every little detail of his face. Seeing the world like this, the way he sees it, I have no words to express what I'm feeling. I think Shinji understands because he doesn't push me to say anything. Instead, he seems content with just letting me look through his eyes a little while longer. So it's because everything has an aura, so he's seeing all the lights of things. The way the little wisps dance around him, they give him an almost ethereal glow. No, it's not just the wisps. I realize that the ethereal glow comes from him. Thank you for showing me this. Of course. If I could, I'd rip the sun out of the sky for you, if it made you happy. But I can't, so letting you see the world like me is the next best thing. I think this is much better. I don't need the sun or anything else that grand. Plus, hi, that would suck for her. Like, we'd all die if you ripped the sun out of the sky. I mean, like, literally brought it crashing down to Earth. Everyone would die. It's just so dumb. I get the metaphor, but I'm just saying. Logically, totally dumb. All I need is you. Shinji pulls me closer, quickly closing the distance between our lips. In that moment, it feels like there's nothing else. Only we exist. His warm lips taste so bittersweet. I quietly wish for this moment to last forever. Yeah, and then when you're stuck lip to lip, you're like, oh my god, I need to pee, but we're still kissing. This is going to be awkward. I squeeze his hand, and he squeezes mine back. For however long this lasts, however long we last, I always want to remember all the little moments spent with him. We pull back ever so slowly, away from each other, and smile. With the magic gone, I go back to seeing the world how I have always have. There's a lot of typos. I'm just saying. That's my one, I think, criticism of the game is there's a lot of typos. We need an editor. That's all I'm saying. Maybe. I think a lot of people reported in the discussions and like post up things, and I hope they do fix them because it does get sometimes tongue-tied. You're like, the world how I've always have. It's I always have because you wouldn't say I have always have. But, you know, awkwardness. Anyway. Do you always see the world like that? So bright and vibrant? Most of the time. Not all the time. Every world has its shadows. I want to ask further, but Shinji yawns and I can see the exhaustion set in. Well, we've got a long time to live. I can ask him another time. I push myself up to my feet and pull him up with me. Come on, you've exhausted yourself with showing me that. So let's get you into bed. You need some rest. And don't you even try that line on me right now. Line? What line? It's okay, don't worry about it. Definitely won't work right after you yourself told me how exhausting that is. Alright, I won't say it. Because that's his line. I love it. I take his hand and start leading him through the throne room. As soon as we get to a bedroom, just any random bedroom, I push Shinji into bed and quickly join him myself. He wraps his arms around me and pulls me close to him. It's slowly becoming a habit of ours to sleep like this. Too exhausted to do much else, I lie my head on his chest and listen to his steady heartbeat as I fall asleep. My last thoughts are of the uncertain future that I might face. But that one thing I know for certain is that whatever I do, I will have Shinji at my side. Aww, light of my world. Okay. I actually want to see something. Did we look at all the... We're still missing one. I have a feeling... I really wonder if that's... Yeah, we're always missing one. But I don't understand. We've done all of the endings, so I'm not sure how we could be missing one. You know what I mean? It's really bizarre. I don't know how we're always missing one, because we did all of the paths for Sho and Tetsuya, so I'm not sure how we're still missing a CG, but whatever. Anyway, so that was the mystic ending. Ooh, so in the next part, we'll do the dark ending. So, I'm sorry. Yeah, is that what it is? Whatever. Anyway. But anyway, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.